Hi everyone, welcome to Pathways to Success Abroad. My name is Olastella and this channel was born out from my own story, a story of trying to find my own professional pathway after relocating to a new country. Like many immigrants, I came with experience, skills and dreams, but quickly realized that starting over in a new place can be overwhelming. Different systems, new regulations, and sometimes no one to show you the way. That's why I created this channel, to help others who are walking that same path. Every week, I'll be sitting down with successful immigrants who have figured it out. Professionals in tech, healthcare, business, and more. Sharing real stories, proven steps, and practical insights to help you transition into the career you love. Whether you are still in your own country, planning to move, or you're already abroad and feeling stuck, this channel would help you and give you clarity, confidence, and direction to find your own pathway to success. So if that sounds like what you've been looking for, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and join me every week as we uncover what it really takes to build a successful life and career abroad. Welcome to Pathways to Success Abroad. Let's work this journey together. Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Welcome to Pathway to Success Abroad with Olamide, where you uncover real stories, strategies on how you can navigate your route into any chosen profession of your choice. Today, I'm privileged to have someone I highly esteem, someone that I highly look up to, a silent mentor, so to speak, all right, a friend as well. And I am so privileged to be interviewing him on this first episode, all right? And his name is TJ. I call him TJ, but I'll allow him to introduce himself to you so that you can know his name and know his journey into cybersecurity. Hi, TJ.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tunji Odugbeson, but proudly called TJ. It's been a wonderful pleasure to be with you guys, and I want to say a very big thank you to my very good friend here for inviting me to share my story. So in the next couple of minutes, I'll be sharing my stories, and whatsoever questions you ask me, I'll be responding to all those questions accordingly.
Thank you. So moving on swiftly, I'm going to be asking my first question. And my first question to you will be, you've already introduced yourself. We want to know your background, back from Nigeria. What were you doing in Nigeria? And we want to know how you found, the space you are in right now. We want to know how you transitioned into it. If it was something different you were doing in Nigeria, we want to know how you transitioned into it. Just a brief intro.
Yeah, I read electrical electronics engineering from the prestigious Polytechnic, or as we like to say, First Year Polytechnic. Okay. Then I did my master in information technology from Ladoke University. Then I started working in cyberspace as a network trainee, Cyberspace Networks Limited. I grew up from that organization. I grew my career all the way to assistant management level. Then I discovered that I am at my peak in my networking career. Then I began to do network security, venture into cybersecurity. Then from there, I moved to Canada. I came to Canada. I do network infrastructure security. So currently, by the grace of God, I run my own organization, Technorise Consulting.
Oh, well, fantastic. So, all these things you have just said, it looks like a walk in the park. Did you have any struggles coming to Canada?
Yeah, for sure. Coming to Canada is a journey that I started back in 2003, but I didn't, 2013, sorry, then I didn't come to Canada until 2017. I tried many ways, but yeah, at the end of the day, it was a success. Of course, before I get to where I am today, there are so many struggles. Coming to Canada, even though I have expert level experience and certification back in Nigeria, I'm an authority. Even when I was living in the country, my bosses were like, you've got a very good profession, career progression in this organization. Why are you leaving for Canada? You know, I said, yeah, that is not a decision that I took alone. It was a decision that I took with my family. So I am going to Canada. But coming to Canada, I started as loader, is what they call it here. Customer service loader. When you go to store, people buy stuff, you help them to carry it. You know? So I started from the ground up. I'm going to share my picture of, you know, how the struggle started. So you guys are going to see it, you know, very shortly. But to say, of course, I started from the ground up. I had challenges, you know, we had to work, do some work that I don't really like, but it's just one of those ways to start in a new environment, you know, but I thank God where I am today.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness. That must have been a real, huge, big struggle. You know, coming back from a very promising career back home and then coming here in the land of where people say Greenland, right? And then going back to almost square one, you know, doing load. I can't believe, I'm trying to imagine. Oh my goodness.
If you're in Nigeria, what we call loader here is what you see people do in my 12.
In the market.
In Yoruba, I call Alaru.
Oh my goodness.
To be honest, I was doing this. Of course, I need to pay my bills. I brought in some money, but you know, relying on that money alone is not sufficient. You know, I had to go and do diploma in IT, but it does not necessarily mean I should have done that. But that was the direction I was introduced to. Coming to a land like this, you leverage on information. So for me, I was limited with the information that I had. I did not do a lot of research on my own, and that was my business. So I didn't do a lot of my due diligence very well. So I came in, I just started the job that I was introduced to. I went to school that I was introduced to. So I did not really take my time to do the research, but at the end of the day, I went through some parts that I shouldn't have gone through, but that is what it is. But eventually, when I was doing those work that I didn't really like, it's really cold here from the part of Canada that we are in. We are in Saskatchewan. It's one of the coldest place. You know, being in a level of assistant manager back in Nigeria and coming back here to come and start all over again. In the company that I work, I'm not going to mention the name of the company. I have a supervisor who is about maybe 16 years old, just finished from, 16 years old. That was my supervisor. What? I would get a command, hey, TJ, go and sweep that place, go and, and of course, I was doing it very diligently with humility, And by the time I got my first job, even before that time, I will be pushing the carts, I will arrange the carts in the very cold weather. There was a time that my wife, was driving by and he saw me and she was crying. Come on. But I was like, come on, it's just for a while. It's just for a while. But at the end of the day, I applied to organizations and they loved my resume. I thought that there is really no job for my profession, and that was why I decided to want to go to school first. But when I checked the job board, I began to see jobs that I could do. What I should have done initially that I landed. For me, I just went to school straight up. I did not even say. But when I saw those jobs. These are some of the struggles too. I applied for 2 jobs. I was called because my resume was good. I got, CCI, Cisco Certified Internet Network Experts, this certification. There were a few of us that had those certifications back in Nigeria, which is known all over the world. I came with this expert level certification, but at the end of the day, I didn't look for job. But when I looked for the job, I got interview. And I was like, what are they going to ask me? I'm going to scale this interview because I've been doing this. Even when I sleep, when I'm sleeping, if they ask me any question, I'm going to answer them. And lo and behold, I went into the interview. I failed.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I failed the interview. I was like, what was that about? Then I realized that the interview was divided into two. So there is a behavioral part that requires a methodology to respond to. And because coming back from Nigeria, I did not really prepare myself for that. But for the technical part, I just did the technical part the way I would normally answer. But because they were going to score me on both, I didn't get the 2 jobs.
Oh, wow.
So I had to go to Open Door, which is Immigrant Support Center. They helped me with interview, coaching, you know, they gave me that support, and it was really, really helpful. So the next 2 jobs that I applied for, I got 2 offers.
Oh, wow.
I made a decision of the one that I was going to work in. So yeah, it was really a good experience.
You know, I really liked it when you said that because you weren't sure, you didn't do your own due diligence, and you kind of went the wrong path, not knowing that, okay, if you had done your own due diligence, you would have probably found job opportunities in the line which you wanted to work, because that's what this channel is all about. Because I believe that so many immigrants have gone off their direction into something else, doing other things, because they don't have the cogent and concrete information. So, and I listened to you when you were saying your experiences in Nigeria, and you mentioned a lot of networking. So my question to you today, because now I know you're currently into cybersecurity, am I right?
Yes, I did a lot of computer networking, then I did network security, then did cybersecurity,
But back home, you were more of networking.
Network security, networking and network security.
So how did you find your way into cybersecurity?
Yeah, I found my way into cybersecurity starting from Nigeria, actually. I knew that I've already reached the peak in my networking journey and network security. Then I began to explore cybersecurity before I moved down here.
I see.
I began to explore it, and paving to that different career is because I've seen a foresight that I'm not really enjoying the networking and network security again. Then that is why I paved into cybersecurity. Okay.
So, so immediately you got here. So can you tell us, did you have to do any certifications for the cybersecurity, or because of your research back home, you already had the required certificate to get into cybersecurity, or did you have to go through any certifications when you got here to pivot totally into cyber?
Yeah, that's a good question. Funny enough, I started preparing to write certification back in Nigeria.
Oh, I see.
My goal was to write the certification before I left Nigeria, but it did not work out that way. For some reason, I was going to write the certificate and the certification a Friday before my departure. It was like a week before my departure. I was going to depart on Friday, so I wanted to write it a Friday before the Friday that I was departing. But they had a logistic problem in the examination center, so they now want to push me to that Friday that I was leaving Nigeria. I said that was not going to work. So when I came here, my priority changed because I needed to settle down. So I just put the certification aside. So I did not write that certification until a year after that I've landed in Canada. When I saw that, okay, I've settled in now, and then I can prepare for the certification and write it. So that was when I wrote the certification about security. However, I've been doing network security. I have some professional certification that qualify me for network security back in Nigeria.
Okay, fantastic. So amongst all these, amongst all these certifications, because pardon me, I am not into IT and I don't know anything. I don't know these certifications by name. But yes, you being an authority, so to speak, right? Would you say that all the certifications you did made sense and, took you on a journey to where you are right now? Or is there any certification you regret doing? Was there any certification that was a waste of your time? And what's the name of that certification?
So that's actually a very good question. I wouldn't say any certification that you have prepared for, whether it aligns to what you're doing currently or it does not, I wouldn't say it is useless.
Okay.
No, I will say that for every certification you prepare for, there will be some value that certification has added to you. So I wouldn't say I have any certification that I regret doing. Maybe I can say that I have some certification that I regret not doing.
Oh, are you serious?
For sure, yeah.
So are you still going to go ahead and do some certification despite your success?
That is a good question. Before now, I usually set a target for myself to write one certification at minimum within 2 years. You know, but when I move to leadership position, you know, I would rather attend training than writing certification. Okay. But yeah, writing certification is not on top of my priority list right now. Okay. Because
so making money is.
I have a lot of certification already. Yeah, I will encourage. I would rather develop the team or my mentee, you know, in that part. But for me, I've had a lot of certification.
Okay. So thank you for answering that question. So now, because of my viewers, a lot of people are interested in cyber. You know, a lot of people are interested in networking. A lot of people want to pivot into IT generally. So you being an authority, because I'll keep calling you an authority because with all the certifications on your wall, I know that you are an authority in cyber. So can you walk us through the exact steps someone new to Canada should take if they want to enter cybersecurity, if they want to pivot into cybersecurity? And whilst you're answering that, I want you to tell us, is it any background that can go into cyber, or are there some specific background that shouldn't bother going into cyber?
Yeah, good question. So what I'm going to say is that, firstly, anybody can do cybersecurity.
Oh, fantastic.
From any profession. You can do cybersecurity.
Wow.
The truth of the matter is that cybersecurity is fairly new. It's less than 20 years. Oh, wow. You know, cybersecurity is less than 20 years old, if my calculation is correct. Okay. So for someone like me, I'm not a cybersecurity professional initially. I am an IT professional. Okay. But the thing is that I've got a lot of skills that I'm bringing from information technology domain into cybersecurity. A lot of people confuse cybersecurity profession as IT. It is not.
I'm one of them.
They say, oh, it's tech.
Yes, I was going to ask you, what's the difference between IT and cybersecurity?
It's not. They are different. So in cybersecurity, our job as cybersecurity professional mainly is to manage risk around people, process, technology, generally around organizations' assets and the processes they use to do their job. So this is not technology, right? It's all about risk assessment, risk management. So even people that are coming from other background, as far as I'm concerned, I would say that they have a better way to succeed in cybersecurity than people like me that is coming from IT. I'm going to break this down. So if you look at the 3 pillars of people, process, and technology that we manage risk around, there is a people aspect, there is a process aspect, and there is a technology aspect. So if you're coming from other areas, other professions, it's very possible that you have worked so much with people. You can manage risk around people. You can determine how you can get people on your side very quickly. You know, it's about changing culture of an organization, making people to be security aware, security conscious while they are doing their job. And that is not technology. That comes with some level of your knowledge of psychology, your knowledge of influencing You know, so if you have done that in your other domain very well, you will strive so well in cybersecurity.
Fantastic.
That is one part. The other part is the process. So people process. So the process part, or every organization have the reason why they exist. And because of that, they have people that are using a particular process to deliver their core critical function. So if that process is broken, or if an attacker does something that, you know, manipulates the process to their gain, is going to affect the organization from achieving its business goal. So if you have worked in a process-driven environment, you have been part of creating process to achieve business goal, you can also easily wear your security hat and know that, oh, this process this way is risky. Attacker can take advantage of this process like this, like that. You know, so those are the things that people that are from the other profession can bring into cybersecurity. The other part is the technology. That is where that's where I came from. So I am only mastering a pillar of the three main pillars.
Wow.
So people bring into cybersecurity different skills, different knowledge, different background, transferable skills. The thing is that, yes, we use a lot of technology to achieve business goals in this age and time. So somebody coming from IT background would have, of course, understanding and familiarity with all the terminologies, but it is just a matter of time. If you have got a very good coach, a very good mentor, a very good environment that gives you the platform to also play with those technology, they become bread and butter. So that is why I would say that cybersecurity profession is actually for not just, I am bringing in my own transferable skill from IT into cybersecurity. Other people can bring their own
transferable skills.
Cybersecurity is actually divided into three. I would say majorly two divisions. That's the way I explain it. Two divisions. There is the technical part of cybersecurity and there is an administrative part of cybersecurity. So those are the main division. So if I'm coming from the technology space, I'm going to master the technical part of cybersecurity. But if I'm coming from the business, other work area, you know, can do so well in the administrative part.
Fantastic.
So the administrative part is called GRC, Governance, Risk and Compliance, GRC.
Hey, this is a full lecture.
Just think about GRC, Governance, Risk and Compliance. What do you do in governance? Many of you have worked in an organization where there is structure. You create a structure, you leverage framework, you have roles and responsibility assigned, committee formed, policy created, responsibility matrix, procedure, standard, set KPI, key performance indicator, how you are going to measure, so it is performance. We do all of that in cybersecurity. That is the governance piece as well. So, and we talk about the governance risk, the risk aspect of it. That is where we manage risk around people, process, technology, facility, data, those information assets and processes generally. So we manage risk around that. So of course, we manage risk not only on technology, but other areas as well. So if you're a risk manager, if you're coming from, you just need to know the technology assets, understand how they can be compromised, know the risk, the probability of threat actor, taking advantage of the weaknesses around all this area, and understand the impact of that on your organization, and put in a countermeasure to reduce the risk to an appreciable risk tolerance for your organization. That's it. It's as simple as that. Many of you are already doing this in your work today. So the third part is the GRC. The other part, which is the technical part, is divided into two, the offensive security and the defensive security. So that is technical for sure. The defensive security are the guys that work with systems, application to defend against the threat actor, which is the attacker, the bad guys. The offensive security, they are good guys pretending to be bad guys to help organization look for the weaknesses and the loopholes in their system and processes and check if it is exploitable. If they see that it's exploitable, they quickly inform the organization to do something about it before the threat actor, the bad guy, sees it and take advantage of it. So that is the summary of what cybersecurity. So everybody have a place to shine in this profession.
Yeah. Even me, like right now.
Everybody does,
Even me. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's a full-blown lecture, guys. Honestly, that's a full-blown lecture. And I'm excited that you were able to share that with us. But hello, friends. I hope you're enjoying this conversation so far. Isn't it inspiring to see how much insight and directions comes from hearing real stories like this? At this point, I'd love to remind you that if you're finding value in this kind of content, stories of immigrants who have found their footing, built meaningful careers, and are thriving in a new land, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your engagement really helps more people to find this channel, and it encourages me to keep bringing you more powerful stories and resources that can help you navigate your own career and life journey here in Canada or anywhere abroad. Also, if you're someone who has been thinking of creating an extra source of income online or building something flexible that can support your goals here, check out my website at www.Omotayo-Akeju.com. That's where I share free webinars and trainings that can help you get started the right way, even if you're new to the online space. All right, let's jump right back into the conversation. Can you just lay down what certifications, for instance, for someone like me, I'm from the science background, and I want to pivot into IT. What are the steps I need to take to get into the space? Because it sounds very interesting. Okay, sorry. You see, I'm still mixing everything together because to me, I always tell my husband that IT is IT, everything is IT. Even though that you've explained it now. So how can I pivot into cybersecurity?
Just to be frank, if you throw it out in the domain, there will still be a lot of people, another school of thought that say cybersecurity is IT.
Okay.
With the level that I am in the space, I can say that it's not IT, and
I will believe you over any other person.
I have, and a lot of organizations still make that mistake to make cybersecurity team report to IT.
Really?
There will definitely be conflict of interest. So, that is not a subject of discussion now. So if you are listening and you belong to the school of thought that believes cybersecurity is IT, that is fine, but based on my experience in the IT world and my experience in the cybersecurity, they are totally different.
Wow.
And I've tried to do justice to that.
Yes, you have.
Coming back to your question about certification pathway to cybersecurity, you see, there are so many ways, and one of the easiest one is for you to educate yourself. Education is very key. Knowledge is powerful. I lacked some knowledge when I was moving to Canada. It took me a longer route. Definitely, if you get somebody that can really guide you, the road is going to be short for you. So to start, you can pick on a good learning material on the internet, on YouTube, and see, I want to do this, and you will see fundamental of security, fundamental of cybersecurity. If you start from there, you will know some basic fundamentals. That is a very cheap way. There are courses on Udemy. There are courses that you can easily pay stipends. So there are free ones. There are courses that some organization like ISC2 is providing for free, and the certification, the first attempt of the certification is also free. You can also leverage that. But the thing is, if you do not have somebody that is really guiding you, if you don't have a strong desire, you can be discouraged. Some things you may not understand some things while you are trying to do it on your own. That can be a struggle, right? That's just the honest truth, because there are so many knowledge. But for you to thrive, is not only knowledge, you need skill and you need experience.
Fantastic.
Right? How would you get experience if you have not done the job before? The experience that we talk about, just like I've explained what cybersecurity domain is, you'll be surprised that when you sit down with somebody like me and I ask you some questions about what you have done in the past, we'll see that you have been doing some cybersecurity related function in your previous role. Then we call those out, as your experience. You just need to be transparent and say, oh, in my previous role, which is called this, but in this part of the world, it is called this title, because that is one of the problems we have.
Really?
Back home, our job title is different from job titles here. I'm just going to cite, basic example. For example, you are in Nigeria, maybe you call yourself security guard, right? You call yourself security guard. You call yourself maybe cleaner, or cleaner or houseboy. But here they are called different names. Security guard are called loss prevention. So if you are looking for job and you're looking for security guard role, of course you can see. But another way that the job had been repositioned is loss prevention. So you could say, oh, you were back home as security guard, in brackets, loss prevention, what they use here. So that helps you reconnect and align with the culture here. So it's a way of transferring your skills from previous experience to this new experience. And if you see a platform where you can learn the skill and you can also do the job, you can do internship, you can attend, you can join people that are working on security projects, work with them, that is how you get.
Is there a way to find those ones?
Of course, there are people doing security projects. There are people that are looking for interns. They want to get some things done, maybe cheaply, or they.
So how do we find those? How do we find those ones? Is there a way to find them easily?
It is very easy. You look for organization, that you want to work in, and you make connections, maybe to hiring manager. You attend a course. If you attend a course, you have your certificate, introduce yourself. You can tell them about your knowledge, experience, your passion, your background, how your background aligns with cybersecurity, and tell them you are looking forward to supporting any of their projects for free, just to solidify your knowledge, to gain experience in the industry. So you can do that. And there are platforms. I have a platform where I help people gain experiences by putting them in so many cybersecurity projects, So that is also by the side.
Yeah, can you share that one with us quickly?
Yeah, I have a platform called Cypher Team. Cyphertainment is the name of the platform. Cyphertainment, meaning learning cybersecurity, with passion, with fun, the right way. So I provide platform, give industry real world tools to people that are transitioning, to people that are already in cybersecurity that want to upskill themselves. Maybe where they work, they are restricted to just doing one thing, but they desire to do more things in cybersecurity, but they don't have that opportunity to do that at their place of work. So the platform gives them the opportunity to do other things that maybe their other colleagues are doing. Then that can help them go to their next level in their career.
Okay. Is there a website? Can we connect with you? Is this something you like to share with us?
Yeah, that's fine. Anybody that want to connect with me, I'm on LinkedIn. If you Google or you search for TJ Odubeson, you can connect with me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
If you want to reach out, you can reach out through cyphertainment.com. Cypher.
Can you spell it out?
CIPHER TAINMENT.
Okay.
So there is a form there. Contact us. Just submit and you will see. So I'm also working on a platform right now, which is work in progress.
You're a busy man.
Of course, we are trying to support as many people as possible.
Fantastic.
And try our best. It's a passion.
Yeah.
Right? It's a passion, so we do it passionately.
Okay. So thank you so much for all that you shared. But I want to ask a question. To so many people now, it might seem a little bit daunting, like, oh God, this seems like a whole lot. And they're just looking for a way to just get their foot in the door before they now probably say they want to scale up into cyber or, whatever managerial role there is in cyber or IT. So you, as a person that has gone through all the stages to where you are right now, what is the easiest way to get your foot in the door of IT? Let me just say IT because I'm a novice, right? And so many people also think cyber is IT. So let's just put it out there like, okay, for the sake and the purpose of this question, how do I get my foot in the door? What's the name of the certification I need to do to get my foot in the door?
Yeah, I'm not going to try to sell any certification.
Oh, I see.
But I'm just going to be frank and practical. The easiest way, there are two certifications you can work towards. One requires some experience. One does not require any experience. So the certification is Security Plus. CompTIA Security Plus, that is one of them. The other one is Certified in Cybersecurity by ISC2. So those are two major foundational certification you can pursue. But I want to say this, it's not just about certification. You can choose not to do the certification and get knowledge and be better than somebody that has a certification.
Oh, wow.
A lot of our people love certification, and there is nothing wrong in certification. You can see I've got a whole lot.
A whole lot.
But I've told you that I'm not doing any certification anytime from now. I would rather attend training, get the knowledge, share the knowledge, impact people, spread the news. I would rather do that than writing certification. I'm not saying certification is not good, and I may still write certification in the next few years if I choose, there is this new certification that I have learned these things a lot. I want to challenge myself if I really know it, so I need a testing environment, and that is the motivation for my certification. I go to training, I learn something, I want to say, okay, have I really known this thing enough? What can tell me that I've learned it? I've covered the length and breadth of this domain. Then I go for the certification. So it's not necessarily certification, like I said. Get the knowledge, get the skill, get the experience. I would say I will get those things, those ones first before I do certification. Oh, I see. Yes, I would rather get the knowledge, now I know this, then I want to write certification, then you can apply the knowledge, the skill, the experience while doing the certification. Okay. So what jobs can I apply to if I want to go? What jobs should I go? Because I know some people say, they started with networking. They started with, what's that other one? I can't, BA. I've heard a lot of stories. I have friends that have gone from project management to cybersecurity. So for someone like me in the science background, and I want to get my foot in the door, what would you advise me? Okay, so good question. To transition from whatsoever you are doing, you want to get into cybersecurity. For example, I'm going to use myself as an example. When I was working here in Canada, I was leading a team of IT infrastructure, right? my cybersecurity is my passion. So in any security related implementation is where I put a lot of my effort in, because I came here, that is what I saw. It was what I was doing before. Then when I came here, I want to do that, but I only saw IT roles. So for people in project management, if you are still doing project management today, talk to your manager, talk to your stakeholders, show interest in cybersecurity projects, tell them you want to lead those cybersecurity projects. If you're a scrum master, manage engineering team that works on things when it comes to security of the projects, then work closely with the cybersecurity team. Then you are developing interest, and let them know your interest, register your interest in the domain, take course, write certifications if you have to, show that you have the knowledge, you are gaining things, you have value to provide to the hiring manager. And I've seen quite a number of my mentees that cross that way. So wherever you work today, show that you've got interest in this. There might be an opening, somebody may resign in the midst of project. Take on the challenge, tell the manager you can support this with the right support from him and other people. Take it on, and from there are other ways as well. You see an entry-level role in cybersecurity,
apply.
You challenge it, just tailor your resume, project your experiences in your profession as it relates to cybersecurity, apply. Let your resume be attractive to the hiring manager. And when the hiring manager interviews you, if you're able to convince them, then you get the job.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So, a lot of people here in Canada, like most of us, we came here, like you said now, you were, doing so well in Nigeria, everything rosy, probably had your own office and everything, and then you come here and you start doing loading job and all that. So some people currently now, they are stuck, they are feeling stuck, and they are doing survival jobs. Yes, they feel they want to pivot into IT or cybersecurity, but right now they feel so stuck. They feel very stuck because of, they have responsibilities, children, probably rent or mortgage, car loans, what have you. They are stuck, and they don't feel like living what they are doing right now is the best thing for them, right? What's your advice to them? For someone that is stuck, but, they feel like they have a calling, or should I say, interest in cyber or IT. What's your best advice to immigrants?
If you have a degree back home and you come to Canada and you are still doing survival job, I'm not here to judge anyone, but I can tell you, you are shortchanging yourself. That is just the honest truth. I've seen a lot of mentees, they connect with me, they want to do cyber, and I told them, if you are not serious, please don't want to say you want to join my team, or you want to work with me, or you want me to mentor you. You must be ready to commit the time. So you must be able to balance your survival job with what you're doing. Many of us, I will say that it is survival job. You just need to survive, pay your bills. Some of us, we do so much hour that we do not have any time to commit to do other things. That is why many are stuck. So if you do bare minimum to cater for your bills, no extra shift, extra time, it is a phase. It is a phase. And I went through that phase for 4 months plus. It is a phase. Dedicate that 4 months. Just manage yourself, manage your resources. Don't overdo. If you've got loads of responsibility that you need to cater for, I will say that manage the load of responsibility. Let everybody know for the next 4 months, things are going to change a little bit. It's just for a while, for a period of time where you can now have more strength to provide more support. So you dedicate that 4 to 6 to 9 months or 1 year to this journey. If you want to go to school, go to school. Go learn it. Go to school. But the point remains that you need this knowledge, you want this certification, you want to transition, start that journey and be dedicated to it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So as we wrap up this episode, I want to ask you a question. 2 questions, actually. The first one, is cybersecurity something you would recommend to immigrants? That's number 1. Then number 2, what was your earliest realization of financial freedom?
So first of all, cybersecurity, well, like I said, I recommend to anyone, anyone, immigrants, they are bringing a lot of skills. And to be honest, there are so many of us, people like me. I have joined an organization where my executive asks me, hey, TJ, why has there been so many Nigerian in cybersecurity? And the answer was very simple. There is a lot of, in quotes, stigmatization about Nigerian prince, Yahoo boy, and the government of Nigeria encourage, cybersecurity professionals, and we that are security professionals in Nigeria, we are mentoring, building forces to join hands together to fight cybercrime, and that's why there are so many of us out there. So I recommend the profession for you if you are transitioning, and of course there are so many of people like me that are helping immigrants to settle in such profession.
Okay.
So the second question, my
earliest realization into financial independence or financial freedom. When did you realize that, I need to be financially, independent? To be honest, I do not have a lot of financial education, while growing up, but I'm doing my best to educate my kids on how to be financially free. So my earliest realization was, during COVID, that I felt I was working in an organization and I was, there was a lot of anxiety, not just me, on a lot of professionals, because people were being laid off, right? So I asked myself question, then my wife was helping with the kids, where I'm the only one, at that point working. So I'll ask myself, if I got laid off now, will the money that I'll be paid be enough to cater for my the things that I do here, my bills here and my bills back home? Then I realized that, you need to leverage your skills. Then some of the things, coaching that I do for free, I began to monetize it, and when I saw, the growth trajectory, I felt that, this is something that I can actually take to a bigger audience, and I really enjoy the freedom I have now as a business owner. Fantastic.
Than when I was working 8 to 5.
Wow. Thank you so much. Before I let you go, finally, this has been explosive and I'm really, really excited I did this. But before I let you go, I want you to address some certain people. I know so many people, I don't know if you were once in those shoes, right? You see them doing BA and they are doing 2 BA jobs, 2 project management jobs. Some are doing 4 BA jobs. Is that the right thing? Because I know that BA, all these IT roles, they pay well. So is that the right thing to do? You spoke about people shouldn't keep doing shift, plenty hours jobs. But you see some people doing BA, four different roles. I mean, in 4 different organizations,
Yeah, what I would say is, of course, ethically, let me just start from, maybe legally, I'm not aware of any law that says you cannot do 2 jobs.
Yeah, but you're preventing other people from getting jobs.
So that's where I'm going there second. I'm going there. Ethically, some people, you will say you're doing 2 jobs. Are you doing these 2 jobs concurrently? Are you doing these 2 jobs concurrently, or you do one full time, you do the other one part time, you do one within this time zone, and you do the other within this time zone? If you are able to manage that and manage your mental health, work-life balance, safe journey, I wish you well. But ethically, you are not supposed to be doing 2 jobs at the same time, because your employer A is paying for your hour and you are using that hour for employer B. Ethically, I would say that is not right. And also, you are also blocking the way for other people to be able to strive in the industry. But if you are able to do the 2 jobs, ethically, fantastic, within the bound of the law, within the bound of your contract, as long as you can marry it. Of course, Nigerians are very, very energetic. And Nigerians are very hardworking. They strive to do their best to deliver results for whoever they work for. So as long as you are delivering value for your organization, I wish you success.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know if you have any last words, any final notes to our viewers. You've mentioned that you coach. If there's a way you've mentioned your website, right? So if you're interested in being mentored by this incredible talent, you already know the website. Please go to the website and do the needful. You will be in touch once you fill out the forms, whatever you see on the website. Do the needful, and then it will get in touch with you. If you enjoyed this episode, and I mean if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, follow us, give us a like, okay? We're going to be coming up with so many other episodes from different professions, okay? So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back next time. But before we go, I want to say a very big thank you to my amazing guest. Thank you so much, TJ, for doing this with me. God bless you, God keep you, and may you continue to go up.
That is a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.
For having me.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.